Now recognize Mr. Luttrell for 5 minutes. Mr. Luttrell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And gentlemen, thank you for showing up today. I appreciate it. This is this has definitely been an interesting journey thus far. I do wish to say that in listening to my colleagues on the other side of the aisle, I couldn't be I agree in some things and I disagree in others, but at the end of the day, the polarization of the parties and the ugliness of the narrative that lives in this place is not allowing us to fix the judicial and the border security system. And I want everybody to hear me say that. Where I live, I'm a border district. I live far enough away from the border that it's the landing zone for the illegal immigrants that come across, and it's where they're positioning themselves. And I want everybody to understand, because I see this every day when I'm back home. It's not that. It is that when illegal immigrants land in a certain spot, especially with the numbers that I'm seeing. I have a county right next to mine that only touches 2 of my counties, and there's 50, and we're working on the exact numbers, but 50 to 100,000 illegal immigrants living in that area. 50 to 100,000 illegal immigrants living in that area. And what's happening is they're scuttling the economy. They're taking away the school districts. They've had to build 6 schools in the area just to teach and educate the children in the area. And we have to bring in members of the economy that speak Spanish, because the children do not. The brick and mortar areas that are in the facility are being scuttled. The gas, the sanitation for that many people, when they come in that fast, you can't quantify that. And I'm feeling that where I live. That's my issue with the system itself. Is like, if we don't, there was a young lady here not too long ago that sat there in front of all of us and said, "You are doing nothing." She said that to us. She lost her daughter. An illegal immigrant, coyote, was running away from the police and hit her mother and her daughter and killed them both. This is the second time that she had been up here. She looked at all of us. She's like, "You guys are doing nothing." And we should be. That's our job. And Mr. Borelli, I absolutely 100% disagree with you saying you need to send them back to Texas, buddy, because that's where I'm from. And we are feeling it. And the fact that you guys are having to share the pressures, it upsets me that that's having to happen. But my question is, Mr. Lyons, how much money annually do you think that are we spending on illegal immigrants? Not legal, because in my district, I need legal immigration. I have farming and ranching. My ranchers, my farmers, they need those individuals to come across and help them. But illegally, how much money, under the leadership that we see now, how much money are we spending annually for the American public?
Tens of billions.
Tens of billions.
Absolutely.
Give me an idea, if you will, because Mr. Borelli, you said 62,000. Did I see the people in New York City this year?
Correct.
62,000. Give me that number and what that looks like.
So 62,000 people are being basically given 202 hotels and about 8 or 9 given the day hercs, which are tent cities that are staged in parks, parking lots, and things like that.
And what my colleague on the other side said is, like, we looked, the previous administration, President Trump, they keep bringing his name up over and over and over again. And we're in a different administration now. And the problem to date is worse than it was previously and previously and previously. And that's just the numbers, okay? That is strictly sheer numbers. So, Mr. Melnick, I just offer this up to you as somebody who sees this every day. And I've seen the separation of families. I fought in 2 wars. Okay, so I respect exactly what you're saying. The immigration system, as broken as Mr. Garcia showed, that is almost impossible to read. They should lock the Judiciary Committee in a room and say, "We're not coming out until we fix the problem." Period. End of discussion. It should happen. But I want you to hear me say, for my people in District 8 of Texas, like, we're overwhelmed, we're underwater, and we're struggling, and we absolutely need help. And I can appreciate your perspective, but the ship has left the dock, all right? And I don't have any question for you per se. I just wanted you all to hear me say what I had to say. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
The gentleman